But all the posters, especially if you go in the south, everywhere somebody is carrying a machete, blood dripping from the machete. So you are a hero only if you carry a machete and chop off somebody's head. I'm appealing to every director, every producer, every actor. Please, it doesn't matter whether you make 200, 500 movies in a year or not. If you strive to make something good, it may take more time. But believe me, long term, you will be remembered forever for what you have done and it will have a good impact on the society. So, it definitely, every medium that we have, not necessarily a spiritual process, every medium that we have of communication must be used to transform human beings, because that's the only problem that you have on this planet, human beings.
Even today, what we try to do with even our movies, we're trying to build better memories or influence, just the way you are doing it.
I know there people will hate me for this, but our movies and television acts must change to build a better society.
No, for sure.
I know it's… you will say it's my art, I can do what I want. Yes, you can. But at the same time, right now, the way people handle their emotions in the movies and especially I think televisions, I don't watch them, but here and there when I'm switching news channels, I get to see some stuff. See, today it's become like this, whether it's Hollywood or here in India, if I disagree with you, the only way to deal with it is to smash your face or shoot you in the head. Or if you are a woman, throw a plate or food at somebody else, all right? I'm saying, is this the way ordinary people dealing with their emotions in their homes? They are not doing this, but right now you're building a culture that this is the way to do it. If you agree with your husband, disagree with your husband, throw the food plate at him. If he disagrees with you, he slaps you in the face. What is this nonsense? This doesn't happen in most homes.
Yes.
In very crude, drunken homes, these things happen. In regular homes, these things don't happen.
Correct.
But right now, you're building a narrative that this is the way. We need to understand there is a certain responsibility. Once you have an influence over people, there is a certain responsibility which you have to exert rightly. This doesn't mean you're going to be one moralistic nonsense that you can't say anything, you can't do anything, that's not what I'm saying. But constantly projecting wrong images of a society, wrong imagery of how human beings should be. Tell me, all the posters, I don't see the movies, but all the posters, especially if you go in the south, everywhere somebody is carrying a machete, blood dripping from the machete. So you are a hero only if you carry a machete and chop off somebody's head?
No.
What is happening to
No,
us?
sadly, I think it's become something that sells or something that is attracting. It's a business after all, we become slaves of that.
The thing is, right now if I chop off your head, here 1,000 people will gather to see the chopped off head. Right now if you and me talk something sensible, there are 25 people, all right? It's all right. So you must get your sense upscaled in such a way, for sense also 1,000 people will gather. This is what I have been doing with people. Initially when I thought my programs, first program was 7 people. I've even thought a program with 4 people. Today if I announce a program, there'll be not less than 50,000 people. But it's taken that much time, a lifetime of dedication to build this to place. It is not that at that time I was talking less sense than now, but it takes that much time. But instead of that, if you want to be on the front page of the newspaper, chop off somebody's head. What is this? Unfortunately, movies are doing this. I know nobody will like what I'm saying, but if we don't take care of these things, right now in America everybody is talking about gun violence.
Yes.
Where is there at least 10% of the movies without shooting somebody?
True.
Then how come you're surprised if somebody does it?
You're fantasizing, but it's a vicious circle, yes, somebody has to break it to not be enslaved by business and have a more social…
That's a good thing you use the word business.
Yeah.
Because everybody is hiding behind artistic freedom. It's business.
It is business.
Yeah, business should have rules, right?
We are a victim of… correct, absolutely, we're a victim.
If I do a business, this guy is selling chai, there is a rule for him, he can't just make tea whichever way he wants and serve it to me. He can't put poison in it and give it to me.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
So there is a rule for him. He may not have a license, he's a small chai guy, but still there is a law for him. But how come there's no law? Because when it's convenient, it's business, when it's not convenient, it's art. It doesn't work like that. I'm saying, I'm appealing to every director, every producer, every actor. Please, it doesn't matter whether you make 200, 500 movies in a year or not. If you strive to make something good, it may take more time. But believe me, long term, you will be remembered forever for what you have done and it will have a good impact in the society. It's not that it's your business to shape the society, I don't agree with that. Yes, you have the freedom to do it the way you want. But when there is a whole generation of movies just chopping off heads, bashing up people's faces, so any argument, any disagreement can only be settled if your nose bleeds, only then a debate is settled. This is not right.
See, cinema means you're thinking in terms of the big screen. Well, it's not that it's not a possibility, the question is who will go and watch it? It has to be commercially successful. Commercial success means people watched it. Right? This happened, this is about 10 years ago maybe now. I was in United States and I was talking to somebody who's some kind of an expert on internet affairs. So I never get to go on the net and browse this and that, I never have the time to do those things. So I asked him, what are people looking for? Everybody is looking at their screen, what are they looking for? Very casually, very casually, as a matter of fact, he said, Sadhguru, about 70% of the data is pornography. I said, what? He said, yes. I said, I don't want to believe this kind of nonsense. 70%, is it pornography? It's not possible. Then I checked with a few other people, they all say, yeah, it's around that much, maybe 65, 70, something. And what else are they using this for? There are many other things, drug sales, arms sales, all kinds. More than anything, what really kind of brought disgust to me was 1.6 million children below 15 years of age are sold on the internet every year. When we sell our children, as human beings, we've hit the bottom. There's no further down to go. When we start selling our children to be used in all kinds of slavery, this means we've hit the very bottom, there's no further place to go, isn't it? That is when I decided, then let me get on the net. So in the last 10 years, we've run a campaign that many of you in the upper regions might have suffered this. Even if you're watching pornography, in between, Sadhguru appears. Inner engineering. I'm saying this with some glee because when such a phenomenal technology is Is this what we do? See, many great beings have come on this planet, but when they came, if they spoke, hardly 10 people heard. In the 10 people, all kinds of things. Today is the first time you can sit here and talk to the entire world. When there is such a tool in our hands, if we don't transform humanity now, that means we have no intention at all, isn't it? So your question is very relevant. But will our natural star make a movie on spirituality?
Biopic Sadhguru. లాస్ట్ సినిమాలో ఉన్న ఆఖరి షాట్లో ఆయన గెస్ట్ అపియరెన్స్ అలా పాస్ అవుతారు ఫ్రేమ్, ఓకేనా?
So, it definitely, every medium that we have, not necessarily a spiritual process, every medium that we have of communication must be used to transform human beings, because that's the only problem that you have on this planet, human beings. There is no other problem. Hello? Yes or no? That's the only problem. So when there is such a powerful means of communication today, technology is available to touch every human being in whichever part of the world he or she is living. When this possibility is there, this is the time to transform humanity.